We're going to do something else live.
All right, here we go. So one of the goals of this show is to highlight the amazing people and events that happen in the esports and competitive gaming space and give them the recognition that they so rightly deserve. The love, right? There are esports fans out there who don't know that they're esports fans. This was me not too long ago. So we'll put it to us to educate those fans and bring them into the fold.
Because we are inclusive, not exclusive. Every week we try to feature a different personality in the space, and this time we have someone from Gfinitiy, not just anyone. He's one of the top tournament organizers in the business with Gfinitiy, and they recently renovated their London studio, and we'll be talking to the head of partner relations, that's worldwide partner relations, Mr. Martin Wyatt. Martin, joining us from Skype. I heard your camera is down, so we have to deal with this really stellar photo.
No, that's a great photo. That makes me jealous of any photo that I've ever had.
Look at this. You're like a villain. You're like a Batman villain. I'm very impressed.
I'm telling you now, it's like 11:15 at night here. That photo looks much better than I do at the moment.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about you. Who are you? What do you do? Tell people who might not know a little bit about yourself, your history, and what you do at Gfinitiy.
Yeah, so I run partner relationships at Gfinitiy globally, which basically means I've got a really cool job. I get to fly around the world talking to all the games publishers about esports and how we can help them deliver their programs and just do some really, really cool stuff. So it doesn't take much for me to get out of bed in the morning. I'm a very lucky man indeed.
That's excellent.
So we talked about this a little bit on the show last week. Gfinitiy has upgraded their London venue for the new Elite Series. Can you tell us more about the venue and how the team plans on using it?
Yeah, absolutely. About 2.5 years ago, we opened the Gfinitiy Arena, which was the first bespoke esports arena in a studio in Europe, I think, definitely. And then with the introduction of the Elite Series, which launched 2 weeks ago, we decided that we really wanted to improve the levels of production quite dramatically and start driving content and entertainment and competition that, like the Elite Series itself, people hadn't necessarily seen before. So, we spent a lot of money on the studio and the people that run it, and it's turned into a fantastic space. So, it's effectively 4 times the size of the old arena that we had initially. It enables us to do some very, very, very cool stuff production-wise, and then that also puts us in a position to kind of offer that facility to our publisher partners and commercial partners too. So it's cool. We're doing some really cool stuff. The content's great. The competition's amazing, and we're having a ball.
Man, well, and what a great location too. You're just at the epicenter of when there's so much. We were just talking about before we went on air here. This weekend alone. Oh, yeah. The esports scene was everywhere in the world. I don't know about you, but my Instagram, my Twitter was like Krakow and Valencia and, Shanghai. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts. So having a London base is fantastic, especially since these teams fly around everywhere. I can imagine that would be a fairly useful thing for you guys. Yeah,
absolutely. London's one of the most diverse, culturally interesting and exciting cities in the world. So why not have a sort of a fixture, a firm fixture of the home of esports there? Makes sense.
I love it.
I'm thrilled because I get to go to London for the first time in a couple weeks.
I used to live in London for a time.
But then you better drop by.
I know. Look at that.
Watch.
See?
Hey, we're gonna make. Please, I'm going to make that happen.
He's gonna make this a nice little snippet and send it to you in an email. It's gonna come. So okay, obviously the Elite Series has been going on for 2 weeks now. We've seen a lot of gameplay. We got Street Fighter, Rocket League, Counter-Strike. How can people, like our viewers, get themselves on that stage one day?
Well, that's the most beautiful thing about the Elite Series is it's open to everybody, and we're trying to unearth the next superstars in these games. So the reason we created it is we wanted to create and build an aspirational progression path from casual gamer to amateur to semi-pro to pro, all the way through. So people can enter something called the Challenger Series, which you can do via gfinityesports.com, or you can just play in competitions that we're putting on every night, do well, get ranked up. If you get ranked up to the right level, you'll be drafted by a pro team. It's that simple.
That is pretty darn simple.
Yeah, although it's not simple to be as good as you need to be.
Well, yeah, no.
Because let's have some reference.
Have to be pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. For sure. But it's awesome that there's also that vertical. There's also that path that's I can understand it as a lay person on the street. Well, I'm not that, but
You are a competitive Clash Royale player.
I am a competitive Clash Royale player. Just kidding. So, okay, so Rukari's going to ask our last question.
All right, so
here.
favorite question on the show. If you could tell the skeptical folks one thing, to know about esports and what they should do to get into it, what would you say? What are your sage words of advice?
Well, I think you guys hit the nail on the head. The most beautiful thing in the world about esports is, that all the boundaries have been removed. So if you like playing games and you like playing them enough, and you're good enough, there's a place for you. So I think esports brings the passionate, competitive spirit to the fore, and no matter where you are, there's a place for you.
See, gotta love that. I'm gonna
That's
get
awesome.
teary-eyed
Look
just
at
like
that.
James.
Do it, yeah.
Man,
Smart.
I'll tell you something. You're a pro. You should do this for a living. Martin, thank you so much for fielding our fun questions and
pleasure.
generally
Lovely
being
talking to you both.
the coolest. First of all, where can people find you, and anything next you want to pimp?
Well, in about 20 minutes, you better find me in a pub in London. No, you won't. You can find everything you need to know about Gfinitiy at gfinityesports.com.
Fabulous.
Sweet. Well,
Martin
thank you
Wyatt, man,
again.
thank you so much.
Cool. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you know I'm going by there, right?
Oh,
Like, I hope you know.
I'll be honest with you.
That invite.
If I was gonna say get some Nando's, if I do not get a selfie with you and Martin,
I might have to film a segment for this show there and be like,
Might
let's take a
have
tour.
to?
Oh my goodness. No, that's work though. I don't know. We'll see. You ready?